99% of people struggle with consistency, and I've figured out the main reasons why. But here's the good news. I've also found the solution. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 3 key principles that make consistency feel effortless. Plus, I'll show you how to use them to turn consistency into your new superpower. By the end, I'll share one game-changing mindset shift that will tie everything together and make sticking to your goals feel second nature. Let's start with a story. A couple of years ago, I met someone who, by all accounts, was terrible at sticking to anything. Every week, he had a new, big plan. One week, it was starting a YouTube channel. The next, it was running a marathon. By the 3rd week, he was on to something else entirely. But the thing is, he meant well. He was excited, full of energy. He just couldn't follow through. Every time I'd check in on his progress, he'd shrug and say, "Yeah, I gave up on that." Fast forward to today, this same guy has completely turned his life around. He's consistent with everything he does, from his fitness routine, to his side hustle, to his personal growth. So, what changed? Before we dive into the principles, let's bust 3 common myths. You need motivation. Nope. Motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like the weather. Relying on motivation to be consistent is like hoping for sunny days every single day. It's unreliable. It's all about discipline. Wrong again. Discipline is helpful, but it's not the whole story. If you rely on sheer willpower, you'll burn out. Consistency needs to feel sustainable. It has to be perfect. Absolutely not. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress. Consistency isn't about being flawless. It's about showing up, even when it's messy. Now, let's dive into the good stuff. The 3 principles that make consistency feel easy. Key 1, the snowball. Start. The biggest mistake people make is starting too big. Think of it like this. If you're trying to push a boulder uphill, it's overwhelming. But if you start with a snowball, it's manageable. The trick is to start so small that it's almost laughable. Want to work out consistently? Start with 1 push-up a day. Want to write every day? Commit to 1 sentence. It sounds ridiculous, but that's the point. Small wins build momentum, and momentum builds habits. Consistency is about removing friction, and one of the easiest ways to do that is to attach your new habit to something you already do. For example, brush your teeth? Do a quick stretch right after. Brew coffee every morning? Use that time to journal for 2 minutes. By pairing a new habit with an existing one, you create a natural trigger that reminds you to stay consistent. Focus on systems, not goals. Here's the thing about goals. They're great for direction, but they're terrible for motivation. Think about it. What happens after you hit a goal? You celebrate, sure, but then what? Most people stop. Instead, focus on building a system. A system is just a repeatable process. Want to get fit? Don't focus on losing 10 pounds. Focus on showing up at the gym 3 times a week. Want to grow your business? Don't obsess over hitting a revenue target. Focus on doing 1 outreach email a day. Goals give you the destination, but systems keep you moving forward. At the beginning, I promised to share one mindset shift that ties everything together. And here it is. Stop aiming for consistency. Start aiming for identity. What does that mean? It means shifting your focus from what you're doing to who you're becoming. Instead of saying, "I want to be consistent with working out," say, "I am the kind of person who works out regularly." Instead of saying, "I want to save money," say, "I am the kind of person who makes smart financial decisions." When you identify with your habits, consistency becomes part of who you are, not something you have to force. Well, consistency isn't about grinding harder or doing more. It's about simplifying. Start small, attach habits to your existing routines, and focus on systems instead of outcomes. And most importantly, start seeing yourself as the person you want to become. Consistency is easy because it's not about perfection. It's about showing up day after day and letting the process unfold. So, what's one small step you can take today to build consistency in your life? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, the journey is the reward, and the more you embrace that, the easier consistency will feel. He discovered a way to make consistency simple. Not easier, not faster, just simpler. And that made all the difference. I'll share the exact steps he followed. But first, let's talk about why most people fail at consistency in the first place. That's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a little push to stay consistent. Until next time, keep it simple, stay consistent, and enjoy the process.